Hi folks, how you doing? RussellTrueResults303.com. Check out the website, link in the description box. Mind, body, spirit, fitness, putting the healing back in health. Coming at you today with a video on how the secular world, or I mean that's what we call it, the secular world, but you could say how evil or the devil, whatever you wanna, however you wanna categorize it, always tries to imitate good, or the devil tries to imitate God, the secular world tries to imitate the Christian world or the religious world, the spiritual world, we'll go with that. And so I was listening to a tape, the CD in my car, and he kind of touched on this a little bit, so I kind of thought a little bit more about it, came up with a few more ideas of my own. A majority of them are this man's is the heck's his name? I can't remember his name now. But it's on the theology of the body. So how does this happen? Now, first of all, if you are a religious person or a spiritual person, you have these certain truths, right? So for me, it's Christian Catholicism. And once again, I'm always going to say, I'm the worst. Not the worst, but I'm a bad example of a Christian. I'm a sinful person just like everybody else, and I've definitely misled a lot of people in my life, and I'm just trying to make up for it. I've definitely hurt a lot of people in my life. I'm trying to make up for it. Hopefully one day I'm going to get it right. But once again, so we think if you read the Bible, whatever religious text you read, there are absolute truths, right? For the Bible, it's the Ten Commandments, the Beatitudes of Jesus and things like that. These are absolute truths. If we do these things and if we follow these rules, they will guide us in the correct way in our life. And unfortunately, in the secular world, whatever, the evil side of the world, however you want to look at it, the dark side of the world, there's this concept of everybody's truth is different. What's right for me is not right for you. And sometimes we have to look at it where no, there is an absolute truth, where this is correct, this is wrong. There's just certain things in life where that happens. So next I'm going to go with the body and blood of Christ, the Eucharist, which is found in the Catholic Church and in some of the other Christian denominations. What is that? It's the body and blood of Christ, where Jesus says, you must eat my flesh and drink my blood if you want eternal life. And in the early church, people were persecuted and killed because they were thought to be cannibals. And they told them, if all you have to do is not do this and we will save your life. And they said, no, we do eat the body and blood of Christ. And they were killed. So what is that in today's world? I mean, come on, that's, eat the body, where like zombies go around eating people's bodies or whatever, some creature that they've made up. And then vampires, they drink blood, right? So that's the same thing. And a lot of people have these crazy infatuations with it. Like, I'm assuming it's the Gothic community, but I'm not sure. I haven't done much research on the Gothic community. But it's that same thing, right? It's that same weird, like everybody's infatuated with these things, but the church already has these things, right? So I think that's kind of weird how the secular world, or the, whatever you want to call it, tries to build upon it, but the church already has these things. It's the same with people want to say, oh, you believe in this, fairy in the sky, whatever the case may be, but it's weird how there's these big anime conventions and things like that, and people are so crazy to where they're doing, they're dressing up and getting all crazy and doing all these weird things, but there's already this magic of and this beauty of God being present in our lives. The next one was just about young adults, college students, high school students, whatever, myself, a young adult, where we're going out and, everybody just wants to get drunk and have sex and do whatever. And this is the same thing that these people are craving in their lives that the church already has, right? We want to get drunk. Well, God took wine, blessed it, and gave thanks and turned it into his blood for us to drink. So we have that sense of wine, even though it is truly converted. The Catholic faith means it, sees it as it being truly transformed into blood and we drink it. And then, of course, sex is marriage, which everybody's looking for, that, that marriage and that communion with someone else. So, I think it's the same thing. Like I've said before with the Catholic Church, people want to go out and spend a lot of money on therapy or marriage counseling and things like this. And the church already has that. The church has confession, right? We have confession. This is what I tell people when they say the church doesn't, I don't feel the message of the Catholic Church in the homilies. Well, the first thing is, are you going to confession at your church? If you're going to confession at your church, your priest will know what struggles you are having in your life as a community and be able to bring these messages in his homily on how to feel better and overcome the tragedies and the struggles in your life. So if you're not going to confession, how is he going to know what struggles his sheep are having, right? How is the shepherd to know what his sheep needs if you're not even going to confession, especially at your own church? And it's the same thing that the church always, or people were social, right? What is the church? A big social gathering, right? We are there. So we all have beauty and greatness in our lives that we can share with others. And the question is, are you engaging in that community? Are you bringing the value that you have to your community? Right? Instead, now we have social media where we're friends with 900 people, but if we saw any of them on the street, we wouldn't even know who they are. But yet alone, you go to church every week, and there are hundreds of people there that you're not even friends with on Facebook that you see every day. So once again, it's that social media has been brought up by, society, the secular world, whatever you want to call it, and we're not even using the social group that we're around. And of course, I'm not saying Facebook and all that's evil. That's how YouTube, none of that's evil. That's how I get my message out. But everything used in excess can be used for evil if we're using it unwisely, in an improper manner. We've got to learn how to use these things properly to help society and not use them in a negative way. And of course, we as the church, we have Lent as well, whereas the season is the season where we try to give up something for 40 days, like when Jesus was in the wilderness tested by the devil, right, by the evil one for 40 days and 40 nights. So that's what we do as well. And the funny thing is, our one of the main things our priest always brings up is trying to let go of electronics for that 40 days, or not check your phone every 2 seconds, or to do something that's going to eliminate social media, TV, and things like that from your life. And once again, the church has that, and we all know that that is a good thing. I'm sure there were a few more. Probably forgot about them. I didn't have them on my little board. I was trying to get a video in. So once again, I hope this helps just kind of let that process in your own mind and kind of see where these things are in this secular world, our society, whatever you want to call it, and how the church and spirituality already has these things built in to it. And everything, in my opinion, that society is trying to feed you as truth is a twisted truth, once again, that leads you away from your true being, your true self, your true spirituality, and your true human being, your true self. So once again, I hope this helps. Subscribe to the channel, share and like these videos.